Hello everyone, it's Geisha. Welcome back. Today I'm going to remelt my jelly plates and I'm going to make a bit more. I have a whole line of cups and pans and things standing ready to be poured in. They're all level on a table. I can't go there, but so I'm going to try it again. This was 1.5 cups and I'm going to add more gelatin to it. 4 packets to 1.5 cup is not enough. I'm going to make my recipe 4 packages to 1 cup of combined fluids. So that's half a cup of water and half a cup of glycerin. So let's try this again. The water is boiling and now I'm going to add all the packages to this. All the packages are in, so now I'm just stirring this. And my water has boiled. And I will be stirring this for 5 minutes. Just to make sure that everything is dissolved. So I put my gelatin in water already. Now I'm going to add this gelatin and I have a little bit of water left to rinse out the bucket to make it a total of 4 cups of fluids. And the 1.5 cup of gelatin I made the other day. Okay, I'm ready to pour this in and I will stir half a minute, heating it up. And I'm stirring, heating it and stirring, and so forth. So the water cooled off because I put those gelatin pieces in it. So this will take a little bit longer to get it to boil again. I'm halfway through and it's not as murky as it was. It's still not clear enough. I just wanted to bring you along and see how it goes. So I now have it on low and I stir and heat it constantly. It's almost ready, but I have a slight film on top, so now I'm getting rid of that. So it'll be a little bit longer. So the film that I was talking about are tiny, tiny, tiny little air bubbles. And this is supposed to be finished when you can see the bottom. And I can't see the bottom yet, so I'm gonna heat it up a little bit more. Oh, okay, I can almost see it now. Not very long anymore. So I think this is pretty clear, but now I'm going to skim off the air bubbles with a piece of newsprint so that I don't get that in my jelly plates. This is hot. Hot and messy. I have most of it off and now I'm going to pour it in my containers. Here you see all the containers. I level them with cards and it looks pretty clear. But you can see on the side that I've been removing air bubbles. And you can only do that for a little bit. So far they look pretty level and clear. And I do see a little bubble over there. But these are insignificant compared to the ones I had before. So the 2 glasses and the cup I did last time also, and these pans I'm doing now. I poured the last bit in here, and I don't know if you can see it, but there are speckles in the bottom. I'm sure that's paint from the remelted plates. So we'll see how that works and if it interferes or not. Okay, looking pretty good, and I'll come back when we'll try and get them out of the pan. So here are my newly made jelly plates, and this is the big one, and I'll show you in a minute how I'm going to store it. This from the bigger pan, smaller pan, and 3 cups, and I had forgotten to put this in with, but look at the difference in color. This is way yellower than this, so I don't know what happens, but they are definitely sturdier. This one is more squishier. And I'll show you how I'm okay. And the other thing too is I cleaned up the edges except for this one. I hope you can see that, but it has like where you cut it to make it loose from the pan. And you don't really have to, if you have a clean edge to begin with, you don't really have to cut it loose. So I'll be cutting this for a minute here. Especially where there is some excess gelatin. One thing about my pans is the bottom is quite rounded. I don't know if you can see it. It has a very rounded edge, and I'm actually wondering what would happen if I use this side. And I guess I will do that in the future. Now I'll show you my storage solution. First I have to move this over. They all fit nicely. And as you saw, this one is flexible. I found an old laptop box that we kept, and it opens like so. I don't have enough room. I cut off a little bit of things. I glued the sides together so that they stay in, and I added a support on both sides. So this goes in first, and this is one of the cutting mats from the Dollar Tree. The box will be the level edge, and the cutting board is, this is the smooth side. You want your jelly plates stored on a smooth, non-porous surface. And here is my tray of smaller ones, and they fit in here. And then the box closes like this. I decoupaged some papers on it, and I think I'm going to add some jelly prints. The making of the jelly plates before I set it to harden took almost an hour. I think I could have done it a little bit less, but I wasn't sure if it was clear enough. Now, I don't know if you see air underneath here. You'd rather not have air under there because you're going to see that in your prints. So carefully lift up one side and try to get it away from there. So yes, I'm actually excited, and I'm gonna do some jelly printing soon with all of them and see what happens and what I can do with it. And I found a nice small-ish storage box that I will put on one of my tables, and then they're out of the way and they're on a flat surface, because they still need to be on a flat surface. And do not decoupage the bottom, because the lid is dented because of the glue on one side and not on the other side. So that was my experiment for today. Hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up, and see you in the next one. Bye.